The road to crushing IS, militarily at least, has been long, bloody and brutal. The battle scars are everywhere. We travelled through villages under IS just a few weeks ago. Pushing them out has come at a hefty price. But the extremists who once had all this area and 10 million people in their caliphate, who controlled land across 2 countries roughly the size of Britain, have been whittled down to a small pocket of just a few kilometres. From their positions across a small strip of farmland, the advancing soldiers of the US-led coalition are so close they can actually see their prey. Just across from the village, the remaining IS extremists are frantically preparing for their last stand. You can see a number of women dressed in burqas, and there are children there too. With just a few hundred IS fighters left, many appear to be digging in for a battle to the death. There's evidence of a makeshift camp with a number of tents. It's here the coalition soldiers say IS families are being held as human shields. That's halted the coalition attacks for now, although there's the odd artillery. It's just to remind them they are surrounded. But the coalition is counting the end in days, not weeks. There's a confidence about them, and the outcome at this stage seems inevitable. There is nowhere for the remaining IS fighters to go now, and the coalition is constantly reminding them they are coming after them, and there is no escape. IS retreated and retreated quickly, and many appear to have been foreign nationals. Signs are a family probably stayed here because there are small toys left behind, just blankets and a pillow, and in this suitcase there's a Calvin Klein watch, woman's glove, part of a book which was French, what appears to be part of a diary or a letter in which the writer talks about all the amputations, all the injuries, the torture and the imprisonment is worth it for Allah, and a child's drawing showing the Islamic flag and a plane dropping bombs on houses and some sort of weaponry in return. With food supplies cut and circled by troops, some are streaming out. Into the desert, down an humanitarian corridor. Some appear to be the war wounded. This man with burns to his face, shrapnel wounds and a badly fractured arm had had some surprisingly sophisticated medical treatment. Injured or not, he's immediately detained as an IS fighter. Among the group there are Westerners like Anissa, who's from Dunkirk and still only 19. She has a 1-year-old girl now after marrying a Frenchman who was already inside the caliphate, who she insists refused to fight.
I was 15, I was not big in my head, you know. I talk in internet and I follow. Only 1 week I very much internet, and after I go, I don't think good. I do this fast, you know. And after I came, I didn't know that it was war. I didn't know. When I came here, I hear bombs, and I was so scared. I say, what this? Because the man who talk with me, he don't say to me that it's war here.
She ended up spending 4 years in that war. Lydia Fahim is also French, from Paris. She married twice in Syria and has 2 children. She says both husbands were killed in the fighting. But despite it all, she says she learned a lot.
I regret, and I don't regret. I regret because it was not my way to think. I came here without knowledge, and knowledge very important in Islam. And I don't regret because this makes me experience to be strong and to be mother and to be very strong.
They both yearn to go home to France. But like the men who are immediately segregated, fingerprinted and taken off to prisons, the women are IS suspects too. They're now headed for coalition camps for an indefinite period, They're out of IS control, but they're still under detention. Alex Crawford, Sky News in Eastern Syria.